Hello friends, Namaskaram. Myself is Dr. Jinesh Soni. I am a corporate lawyer, and being a corporate lawyer, I internally observed multiple proceedings concerning with check bounce. And apart from that, today I am going to discuss one of the most important judgment, wherein the summoning proceeding had been quashed by Honorable Supreme Court, and the matter was concerned with proceedings under Section 138 of NI Act. So we have to understand the basic concept, the basic facts, and apart from that, the point of defense, so that we could easily understand the subject and could update our information or knowledge on the subject. Do you want to update? If yes, then maintain a proper notebook with pen or pencil so that whatever I'm going to narrate you could be maintained by you in recorded format so that you are having a worry or panic. Resembling with the present case, you could easily contest the same without getting panic or worry. First of all, please note down the name of judgment. Judgment name is Vishnu Mittal versus Messrs. Shakti Trading Company. Judgment is pronounced by Honorable Supreme Court. Judgment date is 17th of March 2025. Citation is 2025 live law. Supreme Court page 314. So I think that we all are equipped with the credential of the case. Now it's time to study the facts. In the present case at hand, the concerned proceedings under section 138 of NI Act had been submitted. Inter alia, the concerned complainant is of case that inter alia there is an agreement between the concerned accused and the complainant, and finally certain financial transactions had been done, and to pay the amount 11 check had been issued by the accused. When submitted, they got dishonored, and finally a legal notice was given and complaint was filed, and he submitted that the concerned accused persons are responsible. In the meanwhile, the accused persons are summoned, and finally they approached before Honorable High Court for questioning of the entire summoning order. But Honorable High Court totally declined. The ground is that whatever points are raised by the concerned accused are controversial points, and while considering them in questioning jurisdiction, no effective remedy could be declared. And finally, he approached before the Honorable Supreme Court. He submitted that the concerned complainant had inter alia compromised the entire case. There is no transition between the natural person, rather than it is between the concerned juristic persons. He submitted that there is a corporate contract between his company and company of concerned complainant, and apart from that there is a financial transaction. Finally 11 check had been issued, but the concerned theory of dishonor, legal notice and consent filing of complaint is highly mismatched with documentary evidence, and apart from that there is material concealment of facts. He submitted that before the check dishonor, inter alia a proceeding was filed for insolvency by the concerned accused company before Honorable NCLT as per the protocol of section 14 of IBC, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Finally, a moratorium order had been passed. In the meanwhile, the concerned accused got the notice of check dishonor on 6th of August 2018. It is to be noted that mere check dishonor is not a sufficient ground to say that the concerned accused is guilty. The accused would be guilty if, after service of notice, within a period of 15 days, the concerned accused failed to pay the amount demanded by the concerned complainant in the legal notice. So, in the present case at hand, the cause of action would arise on 21st of August 2018 or later on as submitted by the concerned accused in light of section 138 subclause B of NI Act. He submitted that due to the application of section 14 of IBC, and apart from that due to the application of section 17 of IBC resulted in appointment of IRP, means interim resolution profession. It is not possible for the concerned accused to repay the amount. He submitted that the check bounce case would come into motion only when you are having an account out of which a check is issued to pay a legal enforceable debt. That debt is not paid because the concerned check is bounced due to the any reason specified in the memorandum after that notice is given, and within a period of 15 days from service of notice the amount is not repaid. In that scenario, cause of action will occur as per section 138 subclause B of NI Act, and apart from that it gives a proper cause of action to the complainant to file a complaint as per section 142 of NI Act. In the present case in hand, all the proceeding had been done prior to the check dishonor, and apart from that the concerned IRP inter alia issued a public advertisement, invited the concerned creditors of the company, and apart from that the complainant also applied for the claim with IRP. In that scenario, there is no proper cause of action. In the light of section 14-17 of IBC, the proceedings are liable to be discarded. Honorable Court observed that looking to the facts and circumstances, it is a fit case to incline the proceeding, and apart from that, when the power of section 14 and 17 are inclined, in that scenario, the concerned asset and concerned accounts of the company are in the possession of IRP. He has to do the proportionate distribution, and that's why there could not be a scene or scenario regarding a check bounce, and finally proceedings are not tenable and liable to be discarded. So the present judgment inter alia given two important legal points. Point number one is that in case of company which is an accused concerning a check bounce case, there is requirement of due compliance of section 141 of NI Act. Although in the present case such point is not pleaded, but we have to remember in our mind that section 141 of NI Act is sine qua non if there is non-compliance, and apart from that the concerned directors are not arrayed as a party, and if arrayed, there is nothing on the record to show that they are responsible for the day-to-day affair of the company. In that scenario, check would fail. Apart from that, if there is an application of section 14, section 17 of IBC, and inter alia proceedings are initiated prior to check dishonor, and inter alia moratorium order and order of IRP is pronounced, in that scenario, we could get the legal immunity from the prosecution concerning false check bounce. So I think that the updates are informative. If you want such updates, please subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.